Hello children, welcome to AIMS India online classes. So today we are going to continue the fourth part of plants from our science. Okay children, so we learn about seeds today, the plant seeds, like how we get new plants from seeds. So this is our topic for today's session. Most of the fruits and vegetables have seeds. Okay, and new plants grow from these seeds. Yes or no children? Like most of the fruits and vegetables, they have got seeds inside it. No, and new plants, where do we get these from? So we get these from seeds. New plants are got from seeds. A seed has seed leaves which protect the baby plant inside. So a seed has got seed leaves and that is going to protect the baby plant inside it. Every seed has got a baby plant. And who protects it? The seed leaves protect the baby plant. And when the seed gets the water, require water, oxygen and the right temperature to germinate, so we will get a new plant. Okay children, seeds require water, oxygen and the right temperature to germinate. Like the process by which the seed develops into a seedling is called germination. So what is germination children? So the process by which the seed develops into a seedling. So if you see here, if you can observe here in the picture children, so you can see here the first form of the seed which is sown into the soil, in the soil, and the next stage here you can see roots coming out of the seed here, no, and then a green part like a small leaf coming out of the seed which we call it as cotyledon, and this is seedling, that is the germination. So a seed developing again into seedling is called as germination. Have you seen here the green leaves coming above the soil, out of the soil? This is seedling. Clear children? So this is called as seedling. And now the next point is like the seedling gets its food from the seed leaves. So where does the seedling gets the food children? It gets from the seed leaves. And where is the seed leaves? Where are the seed leaves? In the seed, okay. And as the food in the seed leaves is slowly used up, the seedling grows new leaves and roots, and the seed leaves gradually get shriveled and drop off. What happens if you see here? The seed has started growing, and the germination process has started and it is started growing as a new plant. As this seedling grows, so new leaves and roots have started growing, and this is gradually grown, and the food in the seed is used up. As it is going up, the food in the seed is used until it gets its first leaves, and once the leaves are formed, so the seed leaves, they are going to drop off. Why? Because their energy is consumed until that level, and as the leaves have come, the leaves starts getting their food by the process of photosynthesis. The leaves start making food for themselves, for the plant. So this is how the seed is going to form as a new plant, and it is going to support until it comes above the ground, forming the new leaves. Clear children? And we learn about seed dispersal, that is dispersal of seeds. What is dispersal of seeds? Like the process by which seeds are scattered away from the mother plant. Actually, like is when a mother plant is there, so sometimes what happened, some seeds they just fall off on the ground, but all the seeds which are fall on the ground or in the soil are not going to germinate, are not going to give us a new plant. So when they because of enough space, not getting enough space, because of not getting enough temperature, not enough water and all these conditions, so they are going to die. The seeds which have fallen down by the mother plant are going to die. So by this dispersal of seeds, so we are going to get some new plants. And what is this dispersal of seeds is nothing but this is the phenomenon of carrying the fruits or seeds to distant areas in order to spread them. So it is nothing but, so when the seeds are scattered away, they are taken away from the mother plant through different forces, like for example by wind, okay, by water, by animals and by explosion. By these four forces, the seeds are going to disperse. In this is, they are taken away from the mother plant. So that we are going to learn in this session. Now if you see here, fruits and seeds are dispersed so that young plants can get sufficient space, light, water and nutrients to grow well. So in the beginning, as I said, when some seeds are fallen down from the mother plant, if they don't get proper conditions to grow, they are going to die. But when they are dispersed, so dispersed in the sense when they are taken away from the mother plant and when they get the sufficient place, that is space, light, water and nutrients, so they'll grow well as young plants. And for this dispersion process is carried. Because of this dispersal process, so fruits and seeds are dispersed so that the young plants can grow well with favorable conditions. Okay children, clear? Now we'll see like the dispersion of seeds by wind. Wind is nothing but air children, air. So what happens here? The fruits or seeds are usually small and light or have large surface area so that they can be carried easily by the wind. Now seeds by wind, like wherein there is a heavy air. So what happens? As the seeds are very light in weight and they are very small, so even along with the air, the seeds are taken away along with the air. No, so for example, cotton, poppy, maple, drumsticks. Here are some of the examples of plants or seeds, which are carried by the wind. Okay, so such type of plant seeds, so they are carried away by the air to some other place and they are grown into plants. Okay children, clear? Now we'll see about the dispersal of water by water. Dispersal by water. The fruits or seeds usually have fibrous structure and that enables them to float on water. This is our children. So the fruits or seeds, they usually have a fibrous structure and that enables them to float on water. For example, coconut, lotus, water lily and hydrilla. So these have got a fibrous structure. Okay, and because of this, they easily float on water. So for example, if you go to some water areas, you can see some seeds like coconut, dry coconut. So even though it is big in size, it can float on water. No, suppose if that coconut has fall on the water surface, as the water moves, it carries away that coconut and it is going to place it in some other area where again a coconut plant can take a birth because of this coconut seed. Clear children? Same like that lily, water lilies also, water lily, lotus. So these seeds are also spread by the water, are scattered by the water. So then they will get a new plant from that. Again by animals. The fruits which are sweet and juicy are eaten by animals, and the seeds are usually not digested. For example, guava, berries, mangoes, and all that. So for by animals, for example, children, like birds, if you see, so they carry seeds, means they carry fruits. No, for example, parrot, it takes a guava fruit. So will it eat completely? No, sometimes it eats it completely, and sometimes some fruits seeds are not digestible, like mango. So it mango seed is not digestible, no. So they'll eat the fruit and they'll throw the seed. So by that also again that seed will be ready for germination. Okay, and some type of another seed, that is uh, cockleber. Cockleber. So what does this do is, like, this is going to stick for the fur of the animal or to the human clothes. Have you observed, children, sometimes some seeds, they are going to stuck to our clothes. No, they are going to stuck to our clothes because of the spine type of structure of the seed. Spine in the sense, like, they will be like thrones, okay. Because of that, they are going to get attached to our clothes or fur of the animals. So like that, so they are also taken away from by the mother plant. In the sense, they are scattered by the mother plant. So this is how this dispersal of seeds is made by the animals. And one more example also, like we human beings also, we take some fruits. So and that in that fruit some seeds will be there which are not digestible. Okay, so that is going to come out from our body. So even that also is ready for the dispersal of seed. Okay, children. So this is how through animals the dispersal of seeds is taken. And now we'll see about the dispersion of seeds by explosion. Explosion is nothing but bursting. Bursting. So how it is, like the fruits dry up and split open to release or scatter the seeds inside. So for example, balsam, pea, geranium, and etc. So sometimes what happens is the fruits dry up and split open to release or scatter the seeds inside. So sometimes what happens when the fruits are ripe, so they'll just burst it. No, you can see that they'll just burst, they'll get opened, and inside that you can find the seeds. Even this vegetable, that is a bitter gourd. So when you see a ripe bitter gourd, so you can see inside red seeds which are ripen. So it automatically bursts. No, even pea, balsam. So that type of fruits. So what happens? So they disperse the seeds because of this explosion and go for a germination process. Clear, children? Now some seeds have leathery covering or are found inside pods that explode or split open when exposed to the sun or when they dry up or even when touched. So this is split open in the sense nothing but they get open. So like pea, no, we will see a pea seed like a covered, in a covered leaf type structure. So when it gets open, what will happen? So here if you see in the picture, so when it gets open, what will happen? You can see the seeds here inside the leaf type of structure. No, so even here also. So this type of seeds are going to just come out through explosion when they get burst. Okay, when the pods burst open, pods is nothing but this area. When the pods burst open, the seeds are scattered far away. So they are going to fall away from the parent plant, that is from the mother plant. For example, castor, gorse, and some more examples of same kind. So by explosion, so such type of seeds are going to come out of the mother plant and they are going to scattered, in the sense they are going to fall away and they are going to taken away from the mother plant and they get germinated. Clear, children? So this is how we get the dispersal of seeds by wind, water and explosion and by animals. Okay. Now we learn about some artificial means of vegetative propagation. So artificial means of vegetative propagation. What is vegetative propagation, children? Like through roots, stems, leaves and branches. So how we'll be able to get again a new plant. Okay, children? So we'll see here like about stem cutting. What is stem cutting? In plants such as rose, bougainvillea and money plant, a part of the stem containing a bud is cut and planted in the soil. So stem cutting, you might have seen this. So when we want to have a new rose plant, what we will do? Even money plant and bougainvillea plant. So what we will do? We'll cut the stem of the plant. See here in the picture it is there very clearly for you. So we'll cut the stem of the plant and again we'll plant it in the soil. No, some even money plant if you see we'll plant it in the water. So even in water also we can cut the stem and plant it, or in the soil also. Again we'll see the roots developing for that stem. Okay, it develops roots after some time and finally grows into a whole new plant. This method is called stem cutting. Now have you seen this, children? Try to experiment this. If you have a rose plant or a money plant in your house, so try to cut a stem and place it in the soil or in water. But if money plant, you place it in the water. If rose plant, you place it in the soil. And after some time, you can see the roots developing for that stem. No, and when the roots develop, you will have a new plant growing in that area. Okay, children, and this method is called as stem cutting. Clear? And now we'll see what is grafting. So grafting is in plants such as rose, mango and apple, a portion of the shoot is cut and then attached to the shoot of another plant. Okay, scion, that is cut stem, stalk is part to which scion is attached. Like this is grafting in the sense, so in plants such as rose, mango and apple, what we will do, a portion of the shoot is cut, in the sense like it is not the stem, it is a part of shoot. Like a small, like for the branch we can see a small shoot growing, that is cut and then we are going to attach that to the another plant, okay, and that attaching in the sense you will just attach that shoot to the branch or the stem of the another plant and you will just tie it. So this process is called as grafting and you can see a new leaves growing to that shoot. Okay, so scion is the cutting stem and this stalk is what part of which scion is attached. Stalk is to which part it is attached. So you will get even another plant to this grafting method. Clear, children? So here if you see in the picture, here this is a plant and now here we have cut this and again we have attached this. We have attached this cutting into another plant here and we have tied it tightly. Okay, and now this gives rise to a new plant. This is grafting method. Now we'll see the next slide about layering. So what is layering? In plants such as jasmine and raspberry, a branch of the plant is bent until it touches the ground. So children, in the picture you can observe here, so plants like jasmine and raspberry, a branch of the plant. So we'll take a branch of the plant here and we are going to bend it into the soil until it touches the ground. See here children. So the branch is bent inside the ground. Okay, So what happens here, for this bent branch you will get the roots after some time. So a portion of it is covered with soil, leaving the growing tip exposed. So this part, the tip of the plant is exposed to the sunlight, and a little part of the branch is bent inside the soil, and it is covered with the soil. The portion covered with the soil, what happens here? It is going to develop roots after some days. No, and it is then cut from the parent plant and grows as an independent plant. This method is called layering. So what happens? So now after getting roots, now what we will do? We are going to cut this branch. No, because roots have come. Now it is ready to grow as a new plant. Then we'll separate this branch from the mother plant. Okay, and we are going to grow this as a new plant again by digging it into the soil. This method is called as layering. Clear, children? Like stem cutting, grafting and layering. So these are all vegetative propagations. Okay, we are propagating the plants through vegetative methods, in the sense through using the parts of the plant. Plants reproduce by spores. Plants reproduce by spores. Okay, in some plants such as ferns, moulds and mosses, new plants grow from special structures called spores. And what are spores, children? They are tiny seeds that appear powderly when touched. Okay, so spores are nothing but very small seeds that appear as powder. When you touch them, we feel it as powder. Okay, if you see here in the picture, children, this is the leaf of the fern plant, and you can see the yellow type of circles here. No, these are nothing but the seeds of this fern plant. Okay, we call them as spores. We call them as spores. They are very tiny seeds, very small seeds. So in small plants such as ferns, moulds and mosses, how do new plants grow? They grow from the special structures called spores. They grow from these spores. These are very light and tiny powdery structures, and they can survive for long period of time in unfavorable conditions. So even though the climatical condition or the soil, water, it is not favorable to the growth of the plant, these type of spores can survive. They can live for long period of time. These type of plants. Okay, children. So they are going to reproduce. They are going to give birth to other plants through their spores. Clear? So you can see here. Clear, children? So now we'll see about you can also observe here, children, here in this picture, like how the spores are going to get burst and through the air, and they are going to disperse through the air. No, here if you see here in the picture, it is there very clearly that the spores can cause burst and they are being dispersed into the air. So what happens then? So they are going to reproduce new plants. Clear, children? So this is how we are going to get a new plant. So this is all what we have learned about seed dispersal of seeds. So which is being caused by four main factors. That is what? By wind, by water, by animals and by bursting, that is explosion. So clear, children? Okay, now so that's all for today. Take care. I hope you all understood. So stay well. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.